Hello, everyone. No, you are not in a wrong podcast. This is Dr. Gaurav Gupta, your personal child specialist. But what you may be wondering is the song There's a Rat in My Kitchen by UB40 doing on this podcast. Well, for starters, it's one of my favorite songs which I used to play a lot during my college time. But in relation to this podcast, the reason why I'm playing this song is because many people have bites due to rats and mice, and rarely even things like squirrels and hamsters and rabbits, etc. And they're confused as to whether they need the rabies vaccination or not. There used to be a lot of controversy about this, but not anymore. The World Health Organization clearly states that you do not require rabies vaccination if you are bitten by rodents. Now, rodents, as you might know, includes the small, tiny, furry creatures like rats, mice, even rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, etc. So, if you are bitten by any of these, please don't panic. You may still need a tetanus shot. You may or may not need antibiotics depending upon the severity of bite. But one thing that you do not need is a rabies vaccination, because there has never been a documented case of rabies happening due to bite from these small creatures. Now you may ask, they are mammals and rabies can occur from the bite of any mammal. So why do these creatures not cause rabies? Well, it is supposed that this is because these small creatures are very likely to actually die if they are bitten by a rabid animal, and thus they are not going to transmit this infection to any person. Please remember, 99.5% of all rabies is caused only and only by dog bites. The rest of the 0.5% may be due to cats or bats, or even sometimes large animals like cows, buffaloes, etc. Monkeys may also occur in certain areas where they can cause rabies, especially in hill stations like in India, like Shimla, etc. So these are the reasons and the animals which can bite and give you rabies. India, unfortunately, has the largest number of rabies cases, and according to some estimate, as high as 1/3 of the entire rabies cases that occur, which is close to 30,000-40,000, and almost anywhere from 15 to 20,000 of these may actually be dying in India. We must remember that rabies is 100% fatal disease. So never take any risks as far as rabies is concerned. Always contact a doctor if you are in doubt. The WHO classifies bites as category A, category B, and category C. In very, very simple terms, though this is not entirely accurate, category A would be licks on normal skin. Category B would be scratches which do not lead to any blood coming out, and category C would be proper bites or scratches where blood actually comes out. In both category B and C, you require the vaccination, and if it is a category C, which most of these dog bites tend to be, especially in children, you will require rabies immunoglobulin also in case you have not taken the vaccination previously. I know this sounds confusing, and therefore I always tell parents to contact your pediatrician. If you have a dog, cat, or monkey bite, but if you are bitten by a rodent, don't worry, you do not need rabies prophylaxis. That being said, I always encourage parents to take the rabies vaccination for their children, because children have a tendency to get bitten on their face and sometimes on the arms, and then because they are scared of shots, because they know that if you get bitten, you will be given injection by the doctor. They may underreport, misreport, or not at all tell anybody that they have been bitten by a dog. They're also scared that the parents will ask them what you were doing, why you were doing this, etc., etc. So there is a double incentive for kids not to report, the parents and the doctor. Rabies being 100% fatal, which means everybody who gets rabies is going to die, it's something where you cannot take a risk. According to the latest WHO guidelines, which have come very recently in April 2018, you just need 2 doses of rabies vaccination if you take it as a pre-exposure prophylaxis. What is pre-exposure? Which means that if you take it routinely as a part of your normal immunization without being bitten by any animal, you just need 2 doses. Previously it used to be 3 doses, but now just 2 doses. One at day 0, which means let us say today, and one after another 7 days. So that's all. If you are bitten by an animal, then again the schedule has changed. Previously we used to give 6 doses, then we came down to 5 doses. As of now, April 2018, the World Health Organization says only 4 doses are sufficient on day 0. On day 0, day 3, day 7, and between 14 to 28 days. So this is changed from the previous recommendation wherein 5 doses were recommended. So again, to repeat, if you are bitten by a dog wherein you require rabies vaccination, you need 4 doses if you have never had the rabies vaccination before. 0, 3 days after the 0 dose, 7 days after the 0 dose, and 14 to 28 days can be the time frame where you need to take 1 more dose only. If you have already taken rabies vaccination previously for any reason, then you just need 2 doses, and these can be given at day 0 and day 3. All of this sounds confusing and a bit intimidating, and not only you but many pediatricians also are confused about this. So feel free to repeat this episode, learn it again, and you should be comfortable. If there is any doubt, as always, feel free to share, comment, and let me know what else you feel are topics of child health. Here's till we meet again. Bye-bye.